Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Wednesday meditation gathering. I'm so glad you're all here to share this time together. This week, we have kironJ Gardner, who will lead us in meditation, and then we'll have 20 minutes of silence. After that, we're going to open it up for sharing, and we end at about 10:45. Over to you, kironJ.
Thank you, Dan, and thank you to the Miracle Network for 2 years' worth. We were just saying 2 years' worth of these beautiful, beautiful gatherings on a Wednesday. So I'm delighted to be here today. And the invitation is about joining minds with Jesus. In the course, he says that joining minds with him is the way to transcend the ego. It's a direct, powerful, beautiful, and guaranteed path of awakening. How could we say no? And yet we can, and often do. So today is about opening our minds to our brother Jesus and noticing any difficulty we might have with that, any resistance. Because right there is our forgiveness work. Right there is one of our chosen blocks to the awareness of love, which makes no exceptions. If we don't welcome the idea of joining minds with Jesus, there is something sticking in our minds. And it will be powerful healing to simply observe, not feel guilty, not feel troubled by it, simply observe what's going on, and then invite Jesus, the Holy Spirit, to help you with that block. I'm going to lead us into the silence with 4 quotes from the Course, Jesus speaking in the first person, giving us this fantastic call. So let's see how we together can respond to this call. So would you like to close your eyes? And let's open our minds, joining minds with Jesus. When you unite with me, you are uniting without the ego, because I have renounced the ego in myself, and therefore cannot unite with yours. Our union is therefore the way to renounce the ego in you. I am your model for decision. By deciding for God, I showed you that this decision can be made and that you can make it. I would not ask you to do things you cannot do. And it is impossible that I could do things you cannot do. What we can accomplish together has no limits. So going into the silent, joining with Jesus now, opening our minds, being peaceful observers of all that happens in this next 20 minutes.
Open your eyes slowly and come back into the room. We have 20 minutes left for sharing your reflections and your questions. If you'd like to speak, raise your hand or use the reactions button at the bottom of the screen, and I'll invite you to take yourself off of mute. And if you'd like to ask kironJ a question or a comment with confidentiality, put your message in the chat function at the bottom of the screen, and I'll read it out. Who'd like to share?
There's Jan.
Jan, hello.
Hand up.
Hi, kironJ.
Hi, Jan.
Hi, everyone. So lovely. That was such a beautiful meditation. Thank you so much. Beautiful, beautiful. Really helped me connect with Jesus. I tend to go to the Holy Spirit, but there was a beautiful energy around this when I did manage to connect with Jesus. I was interested in those beautiful passages that you read initially, and I'm wondering if you could sort of let us know where they are in the, presumably in the text, are they, kironJ? I'd like very much to read around them.
Yes, well, thank you very much, Jan. I can happily type them up, and well, you can just contact me, or
Yes.
I can contact you. If anybody else is interested, please do get in touch. The easiest way, if you don't have my email, is kironJ.com, my website. If you send a message through that, I'm very happy to send you the quotes.
So
And
lovely quotes are so powerful.
Yeah.
Such a powerful, strong thing to take us into that meditation. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jan. So lovely that you responded like that. Yeah.
Who'd like to share? Sue, please take yourself off of mute.
Hi, everybody. I want to really thank you for that. I found it hugely moving. The thought that I took with me was, I will not ask anything you cannot do. And I've had a big, huge forgiveness job to do, which is an old problem. And it's been rekindled by the Ukraine war. And I will not ask anything you cannot do. And I opened my mind with, how can I do this? And I was told, what would you rather see in this brother? Would you see innocence or would you see guilt? And that just made it so simple. And it was so beautiful. I'm really, really moved by this. And I want to thank you so much. I was really asking for help with this forgiveness job. And I was given my answer. It's just my choice. And yeah, it says it all through the course. Choose once again. You know, there's a whole thing. And yeah, I'll just choose. But it never reached me before, like it did this morning. I just want to thank you.
Well, how fabulous, Sue, that you were open to this. It wouldn't have reached you before because there would have been some closure in your mind. And this is the case for all of us. You know, until we are a completely transcended mind, there's some closure in the mind. And this is our forgiveness work. So today we can celebrate a miracle in your mind, turning to spirit. As the Course does all the way through, say this is easy, or this is simple, And it is, the actual process is simple. The Course says it's just like opening our eyes to daylight after sleep is done. And we find it difficult because we are fighting tooth and nail opening our eyes to daylight because of what we think we will lose, what we think we will have to encounter in our minds, the horror, the guilt, the terror, the grief.
Yeah.
And if we just keep going and keep going and keep going with the determination to open, to forgive, it will happen. And we will all have breakthrough moments, such as the mind that's dreaming at Sue is having right now. So thank you, Sue, for leading the way. Thank you for being a demonstration. And all blessings for this unfolding. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Who would like to share? John, take yourself off of mute.
Hi, thank you, kironJ. Thank
Hi,
you.
John.
Hi, everyone. Always lovely to see you. Always lovely to see you.
You too.
That day a long time ago, where we met at an amazingly interesting gathering that nobody seemed to know each other, but it's turned out to be beautiful. And thank you for a beautiful meditation. I don't know why, but I'm not questioning it. I've had a lovely relationship with Jesus ever since I was a young child. And it's interesting because I never had any religion forced onto me. I wasn't forced to go to church or anything like that. And life was tough. Life was tough in the story. But I always used to feel that Jesus was with me. I used to look at these books with pictorial pictures, and he always seemed to have young children with him, white children, animals. And I had this feeling right through. And when life was really tough, a line came to me, and again, I wasn't a churchgoer, I wasn't reading the Bible or anything, and it was just, you know, a lot of abuse, home and school and all the rest of it. And this line came to me, and it was, if Jesus is with me, who can be against me? And I remember the absolute feeling of support that I got just through repeating that. It's amazing. So I've had this funny relationship, not funny, beautiful relationship. And the way that the Course found me was interesting because I was in the height of my ego, you know, doing crazy business, drinking like fish and all this. And then one day I saw this Bible up for sale on the side of the road in Lagos, Nigeria. Don't ask me why, because I wasn't doing any, I was dancing with the devil in those days. And I saw this Bible, told my driver to stop. And I went and bought this Bible. And when I opened it, all Jesus's words were in red. That's what his words were in red. All the rest of it was in black font, you know. And all I did was read Jesus's words. That's all I did. I just read Jesus's words. And 2 months later, the Course found me. So, you know, I just have to laugh. You know? and then when Annie and I went to visit my birthplace in India, I've never been back in 74 years. We went there, and the travel agent said, "I've got a lovely hotel for you." And when we got, it was called the JC Residency. So, you know, so I'm very, very, and you know, I think Jesus says in the Course as well, "I am with you always." I mean that literally. I think he says that.
Mm-hmm.
And I started to really say, that's true. So I can remember trying to climb stairs, laden down with heavy bags. And I thought, I'm just going to ask Jesus, help me, Jesus, you know. And it's amazing. And of course, what I realized, he's not doing anything to my bags or my legs or whatever. But what he's doing is changing my mind. That's what he's doing. That's power. Because the heavy legs, the heavy bags, the old legs, that was all just projections of my deep ego programmed mind. So thank you for reminding us. It's lovely to see you as well. Jesus is, I'm definitely a fan.
Gorgeous, John. Thank you so much for your sharing. Yeah. And that would have been what I recognized in you that first meeting, before I came to the course second time round. Yeah, it would have been the presence of Jesus. What's going on there? What's going on there? Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So lovely.
I'd like to share.
I can see Bridget's hand up.
Bridget, please share.
Oh, hello. Yeah, thank you so much, kironJ. I just wanted to say this lovely thing just happened where, as I sat in the meditation, I was sort of saying to myself, I am joining minds with Jesus. I am joining minds with Jesus, and I sort of heard this voice really quickly come and just go, me. As I was like, oh yeah, it was Jesus was saying, me, you're joining minds with me. So it felt really lovely because it felt like it was a real experience, a real connection. Whereas I think in my head I was thinking, I've got to do everything and I've got to connect to this figure who is somewhere that I don't understand. And it just became so immediate that Jesus just said, me. It was like, oh yes, we're joining our minds together. So yeah, it was just really, really lovely. So thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, Bridget. Yes, we can have all kinds of ideas about Jesus, but he is our brother and he is exactly the same as us. The only difference is he's remembered the truth of his identity, and we're in various stages of remembering what that true identity is. But he says he does not merit awe. Respect, yes, as an older brother, because he has done this beyond words amazing thing of coming out of the dream and offering us the course to help us do the same. But he's just like everybody else. And that's fantastic. Oh, yeah, so fantastic, so encouraging. We can just open, and there you go. There's our brother, same as us. It helps us, of course, lift ourselves out of the mistake that we're here in this world, seeming to be a person. So, yeah, lovely that you had that experience, Bridget. Thank you.
Okay, who'd like to share? Norman, take yourself off of mute.
Thank you. I must admit, when I started, there was just total silence, and I just sat quietly in it. And then I experienced great peace. And then I began to feel full up with peace and joy. And then I thought, well, I'll just let it all flow out over everybody. And then when I was thinking about peace, I thought about the peacemakers in the troubles of the world. And I asked, could it overflow into the peacemakers there? And it was a very powerful meditation altogether. And thank you very much, Karen. Thank you.
Thank you, Norman. Yeah, how wonderful that you were available to that deep sense of peace. That was your mind's decision to join with peace and others who are choosing peace. And of course, this strengthens it in us, in our desire to reach out to the peaceful truth in others. We have to becoming identified with the peaceful truth in us. And in the fantastic, fabulous Obstacles to Peace section in the course, in the introduction, it says that peace will flow across all obstacles. Yes, we raise obstacles, but peace will flow across them all. All these obstacles will dissolve. And it sounds like that's the experience you had today, Norman, of peace flowing across. Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, who'd like to share? Angela, take yourself off of mute.
Hi.
Hi, Angela.
Hello, kironJ. Thank you for that. And quite part of the meditation, when we were just sitting here after Dan just said, if there's any comments or questions, just or whatever it was he said, and we were all sitting just quietly here, not in meditation, but with each other. I thought that was the silence that we all shared together now was just as beautiful as the sharing verbally. We are now sharing each other's beautiful energy, and it just felt wonderful. Just sitting here quietly together. It's not many people you can sit quietly with, is there? But we were just doing that then quite contentedly. It's lovely. Thank you.
Thank you, Angela.
Thank you, kironJ.
I find these spontaneous silences, that's the word that comes to mind. Dan just asked now, does anybody want to share? And there was a pause and there was a quiet, and that's where I felt it so strongly. Yes, this presence of all of us. The presence of Jesus is no different from the presence of anyone. It's just that we can locate that more easily sometimes than in another rather in body. But it doesn't have to be like that at all. So thank you for highlighting that. Yeah. So lovely.
Vivian, take yourself off of mute.
Hi.
Hi, Vivian.
Hello, kironJ. Just to say exactly the same thing, I've been just sitting here with a lovely feeling of peace. I didn't really want to move or say anything, or I had my eyes closed for quite a long time afterwards. Exactly the same thing. It was just a lovely sense of peace this morning. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Vivian. Thank you for being part of it, bringing your peace to the assembled peace. Yeah.
Linda, take yourself off mute, share.
Yes, I'm exactly in the same place as Angela and Vivian. It was just so lovely to connect with everyone in that piece. I was just so grateful that others have said it as well. I haven't got anything else to say except I was there as well. Thank you. Thank you. It's beautiful.
Well, thank you for saying, Linda.
Okay, we've come to the top of the hour. Thank you, kironJ. That was wonderful. So appreciated.
Thank you, Dan.
Take yourself off mute and show your appreciation to kironJ.
Thank you, kironJ.
Thank you, kironJ.
Thank you.
Everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.